This is an Andy's Randomness special report. Reporting now, Andy Pollack.
This is a special report from Andy's Randomness. Good afternoon. I am Andy Pollack. We have been monitoring all morning a breaking news story. Well, now it's vastly developing, of course. We have some sad news to report from Nashville on Christmas Day. We have to sadly report that there was a vehicle explosion involving a recreational vehicle in downtown Nashville. Multiple injuries have been reported. So we're now going to read this article from the CBS affiliate in Nashville, Tennessee. Headline reads, Witness reports hearing gunshots warning before vehicle explosion in downtown Nashville. So we will go right into this. Here we go. A large explosion was reported in downtown Nashville early Christmas morning. The blast was felt much of Davidson County at 6:30 a.m. local time. So we want to confirm if this is Central Time right now. So please stand by. We're just trying to confirm this information as we go along here. So this was 6:30 a.m. Central Time. That's 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Metro Police said the explosion had been linked to a vehicle outside 166 2nd Avenue N. So we are going to look up this location right now, get an idea of where it is in Nashville. So we are looking it up right now. Let's just confirm this. Okay, so according to this on Google Maps, this explosion happened not too far from where Nissan Stadium is. So this is, according to this, not too far from where the Tennessee Titans play their home games in the NFL. So very shocking that this happened literally not too far away from Nissan Stadium. So it looked like it happened near a tavern called the Melting Pot, by the way. We just want to confirm this information. So this is Nissan Stadium. This is the place called the Melting Pot as we go along here. So we'll continue reading along. So here we go. During a press conference on Friday, Metro Police said they believe the explosion was an intentional act. However, the FBI has taken over as the lead in the investigation. Federal agents say the Bureau has not yet determined the motive or if the explosion was in fact intentional. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is also assisting with canines. Metro Police spokesman Don Aaron said police received a report of a suspicious vehicle outside of the AT&T transmission building, and upon the investigating the report, officers called the Hazardous Devices Unit. When the unit responded to the area, the vehicle exploded. Witnesses told investigators they heard gunshots early in the morning and a message coming from an RV parked in the street warning anyone in the area to evacuate. Officers said they are looking into these reports. Video posted to YouTube appears to capture the reported warning message second before the blast. So we're not going to watch the video, obviously, due to its graphic nature. However, we are going to read more here. 3 people have been taken to a nearby hospital, but officials say none of the injuries have been reported as critical. Metro Police said an officer suffered hearing loss from the explosion, but the department is hoping the hearing loss is only temporary. Traffic to the downtown area has been restricted on Friday morning. An emergency operations center has been activated in response to the explosion. Nashville firefighters had asked everyone in the area to move at least 2 blocks away due to the concerns about any other possible explosions. So, this is Phil Williams. Again, he is a reporter from the CBS affiliate in Nashville, Tennessee. So we will read this right now. Nashville Police and Fire are setting up radiation monitors to assess situation in downtown area near explosion site. This is all precautionary at this point. Nashville fire crews were being told to back up on 2 blocks on the side of the explosion in downtown area. So again, we do not know if any radiation from the explosions were possible. Information regarding public transit in this area. WeGo Public Transit said it would suspend bus service at 11 a.m. local times. That's noon here on the East Coast. And they would close WeGo Central as a precaution. Heavy smoke and damage were seen in the 2nd Avenue area. Police said debris from the blast was found near the old Metro Courthouse and near the downtown pedestrian bridge. So, the interesting news, President Trump has been briefed about the situation at his golf resort in Mar-a-Lago, because remember, the president is on vacation right now for Christmas and supposedly will be returning to the White House before the new year or in January. So we do have a video of what the smoke looked like, so let's see if we can play it very briefly. So, also I want to mention that, the NYPD counterterrorism unit has not notified anybody here in New York City regarding the situation in Nashville. We can confirm this information right now from, Jason Anthony, one of our, contributors. Also, I will, mention, even though President Trump has been briefed about this situation, his last tweet was at 8:32 a.m. this morning with captions, "Merry Christmas" and all exclamation points. This is from Judd Deary. So he must be the deputy assistant, but here's what he tweeted. President Trump has been briefed on the explosion in Nashville, Tennessee at his golf resort in Mar-a-Lago, and will continue to receive regular updates. The president is grateful for the incredible first responders and praying for those who were injured. All right, the elected officials, the local ones in Tennessee, have responded. Governor Bill Lee and Nashville Mayor John Cooper had released statements, so we will read Governor Lee's tweet. Governor Bill Lee tweeted, "Earlier this morning, an explosion occurred in downtown Nashville around 2nd Avenue and Commerce Street. Federal, state, and local law enforcement partners are on the scene to investigate what we believe was an intentional act. We will supply all the resources needed to determine what happened and who was responsible. Please join me and the First Lady of Tennessee in praying for those who were injured, and we thank all of the first responders who acted so quickly this morning." Mayor John Cooper tweeted at 6:32 a.m., 7:32 a.m. New York time, Metro Police Nashville and the Nashville Fire Department responded to a scene of an explosion on 2nd Avenue, approximately 1 block north of Broadway. Metro Police confirmed the source of the explosion came from a vehicle. The cause of the explosion is under investigation with help from federal authorities. The Metro Nashville Police Department will share updates as they become available and is restricting downtown traffic. Be safe in Nashville. Thank you to our emergency personnel for the quick response. All right, folks, we have a new update from the Nashville Police Department. We are getting the master tape right now, and we are going to provide you with coverage from Nashville.
Don Cochran for the Middle District of Tennessee. He will be followed by Mickey, that's M-I-C-K-E-Y French, Special Agent in charge of the ATF for this area. He will be followed by Matt Foster, the Special Agent in charge of the Nashville FBI office. And then Nashville Fire Department Chief Director William Swan will speak to some operations that are taking place on 2nd Avenue. Chief John Drake.
Thank you, Don. Good afternoon. This morning, around 5:30 a.m., officers responded to a call for shots fired in the downtown area, specifically 2nd and near Commerce. As officers responded, they encountered an RV that had a recording saying that a potential bomb would detonate within 15 minutes. Officers, upon hearing that, decided to evacuate the buildings nearby. So they began knocking on doors, making announcements, having emergency communications, communicate with everyone to get people safe. Shortly after that, the RV exploded. We had one officer that was knocked to the ground. Another officer is fine. Currently, what we have going on now is we have K9 dogs. All of them are out, partnering with Tennessee Highway Patrol, our federal partners, and we're sweeping the downtown area just as a precaution to make sure that everyone is safe and that any service that needed, we can provide that. And so with that said, we don't feel there's any concern in the downtown area of anything else right now, but we are doing it as a precaution just to search with our bomb dogs. At this time, I'll turn it over to Attorney Don Cochran.
Good afternoon and Merry Christmas. Unfortunately, this is not the way any of us wanted to spend our Christmas morning, I know. But I'm Don Cochran. I'm the U.S. Attorney here in Nashville, Tennessee. This morning I briefed the Acting Attorney General, Jeff Rosen, on the situation here in Nashville, and he has told me to tell the police chief in Nashville that we are devoting the entire resources of the Department of Justice to help in their investigation. FBI and ATF are taking the lead in this investigation, and I want to turn the stage over first to Assistant Special Agent in Charge Matt Foster of the FBI, and then Special Agent in Charge Mickey French of the ATF to explain some of the resources that the federal government is going to bring to bear on this situation. Matt.
Thank you, Don. The FBI stands with the city of Nashville today in this very tragic Christmas Day event. This is our city too. We live here, we work here, and we're putting everything we have into finding who was responsible for what's happened here today. As part of doing that, there are investigative leads to be pursued. There's also technical work that needs to happen, and we're standing with Metro Nashville Police Department and our federal partners and our state partners to bring every resource we can possibly bring to bear to find out what happened here today and to bring those responsible to justice. The investigative leads, I'm sure you understand, is not something that we can talk about. As we continue to pursue every tip, I would ask the public to go to www.fbi.gov/Nashville. It's www.fbi.gov/Nashville, where an online tip submission process has been set up. Please tell us what you know. We need your leads, we need your help. You can also call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Call in tip information. If you know anything about what has happened here today, we'd appreciate your help. On the technical side, our focus will be on bringing the technical experts of the FBI from across the country, including the FBI laboratory, our hazardous devices school, and our experts from evidence response teams nationwide into Nashville to help process this massive crime scene, along with the ATF, Metro Nashville PD, and the many other partners who were part of this effort that will continue. We will find out what happened here. That's all.
Good afternoon. My name is Mickey French. I'm the Special Agent in Charge for the ATF Nashville Field Division. ATF is continuing to be a critical partner with the Metro Nashville Police Department as well as our federal counterparts. ATF responded this morning with several groups and personnel from the Nashville Field Division. We've also activated our national response team. That particular team is made up of specialists as well, certified explosive specialists, chemists, engineers, as well as evidence recovery, interview teams, and so forth. We'll be coordinating that with Metro Nashville Police Department as well as the FBI, and we'll put together a team that is going to collectively work this investigation to the fullest. Our main priority is obviously to keep our Nashville citizens safe and secure, and we'll work jointly with everybody here to do that. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm going to give you just a quick update. I know Don earlier had mentioned as far as the fire department's role at EMS, we did transport 3 individuals with minor injuries, but right now what we're doing is with our structural engineers, along with our urban search and rescue hazmat teams. We're going into the buildings, making sure, number one, that the building is sound and ensuring that there are no other victims or anyone that are there. So a lot of moving parts. Again, my hat goes off to all the teams working together as one unit, and we'll continue to work on until the job is done. So thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the update as we know it at present.
Once again, you just watched a video update from the Nashville Police Department along with the FBI and the Nashville Fire Department. We can confirm from that briefing that 3 people were injured, and we did read that from the article that we were able to receive from the CBS affiliate in Nashville. Once again, 3 people injured. The severity of their injuries is definitely not as bad as what was first assumed. That is excellent news on that front. Once again, they had mentioned that the area around the explosion site is secure. They are doing, once again, a normal procedure to make sure that the area is still safe. They don't want to take any chances, which is, again, normal protocol for these types of situations. Again, President Trump has been notified of this situation at his golf resort in Mar-a-Lago. Currently, right now, as far as New York is concerned, we're just checking my phone for a second. We just want to see if the NYPD has said anything, so we're just confirming this right now as we go along. We just want to see if nothing from the NYPD. Nothing from them at this particular moment. We do not have anything from them. And we're also going to check to see if Mayor de Blasio has said, well, Governor Cuomo may have said something. Let's just confirm if he has here in New York. Right now, the only thing we have from the governor in New York is the latest COVID numbers. As far as the coronavirus pandemic is concerned, second straight day that the rate of infection has gone down. So I'll just quickly mention that unrelated. Yesterday we were at 5.55. Today we are at 5.49 statewide total in terms of COVID. But again, nothing regarding this situation in Tennessee. We're also just checking to see if Mayor de Blasio tweeted. Nothing from the mayor's office. So you would normally think in a situation like this, New York City would be on high alert. But surprisingly, nothing from the NYPD, nothing from Governor Cuomo, nothing from Mayor de Blasio. And again, if I didn't mention this, I will bring it up. Donald Trump's last tweet was at 8:32 a.m. Eastern with captions, "Merry Christmas," with an exclamation point. So, again, that's all what we know right now. Again, just to recap, a RV exploded in the downtown Nashville area. The authorities down there believe that this may have been intentional. They are currently investigating as we speak. You just saw a tape from the Nashville PD. The area is secured. Once again, the Nashville Fire Department has confirmed 3 people are injured, but the severity of their injury is definitely better than what was first assumed. They are in the hospital. So that's what we know right now. So being all said, we're going to wrap up this special report from Andy's Randomness. Thank you for watching.